Hello, welcome to the data channel, and you're watching Microsoft Fabric Data Engineering, specifically DP-700 course. And before starting this course, I would want to kind of explain why exactly you should be interested in taking this certification. So you should be very careful in taking cautiously taking the certification, because there are lot many different certification. You need to understand your role, you need to understand what exactly you aspire, right? If you are a data analyst, if you are not into a data engineering, this might not be so much of helpful in terms of certification. So yeah, you can take the course, but when it comes to certification, so predominantly whoever into data engineering and whoever into technicality of data engineering, it would be very useful for those people. So before exactly starting this course, I want to kind of bring some points, so that would be helpful in understanding why, first of all, we need to learn Microsoft Fabric, like data engineering, specifically data engineering and specifically DP-700 certification. Why exactly we have to do the certification, or why exactly we have to go through this course content and understand in detail, right? So before proceeding, if you are new to this channel, we would recommend you to please subscribe and also press bell button for instant notification. So let's get started. Yeah. So the question here is, why learn Microsoft Fabric Data Engineering Associate certification, right? So which is called as DP-700. So this DP-700 is a Microsoft certification, predominantly into a Fabric, and that also, if you come to the specialization of role, it is a data engineering specialization, right? So this, please note, this doesn't cover any Power BI or analyst kind of roles. So if you are into data engineering and technicals of data engineering, you want to go in depth of understanding the technicalities of data engineering on Microsoft Fabric landscape. In that case, you should be going and taking this certification. That is a very basic thing, right? And along with that, so you might have already aware of DP-203. So DP-203 is a certification again. It is a data engineering, Azure data engineering certification. So most of you who are already working in Microsoft Azure data engineering stack, you might have already taken this course, or at least aware of this certification course, which is DP-203, right? So that is been retiring now. That is no more. DP-203 is no more now. Okay. So that is why you need to be, if you are planning to take any data engineering certification in Microsoft Azure, so you should not prepare for DP-203, right? So in that case, so here it is obvious that DP-700 comes as a alternate for that, right? Because DP-700 is introduced, that so DP-203 is retired, and so whatever you will be seeing as a data engineering certification going forward will be on Microsoft Fabric. Okay. And the next point is increased job market competitiveness, right? Because you might be working as a data engineer, or kind of a data scientist, or AI ML engineer, right? So it is very important to understand the data engineering stack, right? And also to kind of be relevant in the market, and so that you have the cutting edge over other candidates, and you can be competitive with respect to your skill set, right? Next is data engineering solutions for analysis, right? So for analytics basically, right? So this certification will give you the knowledge of data engineering solutions. It might be data ingestion, transformation, or security and governance aspect, which is very important in the certification, and also managing the entire analytics solution, and also finally monitoring and optimization of the end-to-end data flows. But the main thing, the main difference between 203 and 700 is, in 203 we were discussing like each, it might be data factory, it might be a data breaks, like it might be any other Power BI reporting kind of tool. So everything was segregated, right? And you have a data lake as a separate entity. But DP-700, whatever you talk about, maybe it is a data ingestion, data security, data governance, data transformation, everything is in one umbrella. Okay, that is called as Microsoft Fabric. So that is why this is very specific to Microsoft Fabric. All the data engineering like tools, data engineering whatever the programming languages or whatever the tool set techniques that we were using as part of the Azure. So everything has come into one umbrella, that is Microsoft Fabric. And the next is you definitely increase the credibility. So when you will increase the credibility, it is not just about learning this course, but also you have to get certified. So when you get the Microsoft certification, you have the credibility because you earn the credential or accreditations of accreditation of by getting the Microsoft certification, and you get recognized. Okay, and so this is very industry centric curriculum. So it is not like a kind of a theoretical knowledge you'll be gaining here. It is more of a industry knowledge. So if you are into data engineering, so you can start immediately applying in your roles and responsibility that are in the project that you are working. So it is very industry specific and very kind of having a practical kind of scenarios where whether you take a course or you go for a certification or you kind of learn whatever you are learning in the certification. Everything revolves around the practical use cases, so it's quite useful, right? And you definitely gain the technical knowledge validation. Again, if you want to get the validation, it is again the certification, right? So if you get a certification, then you get the you get that confidence. So when I say validation here, it is a self confidence that you get, right? And you get a kind of a you feel happy about what exactly you are getting you are getting yourself updated on a day-to-day basis. So that is also important, right? And so the next is demonstrate the specialized skills. So like whatever the fabric is covering in this certification course, definitely these are specialized skills. There is no doubt about it, because Microsoft Fabric is will be used across multiple organizations, including Fortune 500 organizations, because already a lot of Fortune 500 companies are already using Microsoft Azure data engineering skill stacks. So they will eventually all migrate into Microsoft Fabric. So in that case, it actually you can consider this as a specialized skill set in near future, right? And again, so the main thing right now, if you are taking this certification, when I say right now, in next 1 or 2 months, if you are taking the certification, you also have the 50% discount on certification exam. So you can see the previous video in this playlist, or you can check the description. So there is a detailed video about how to climb this certification exam with a 50% discount voucher, right? So that is again a time bound, so it is there for next 1 or 2 months, so it is better to utilize as early as possible, right? That is also one of the reason you have to do a certification now, so that you can save 50%, right? And the last option, after all, it is all Microsoft. So why this statement is because whenever there is a Microsoft is coming up with some technology or something, right, it need not to have validation by the organizations, because so they will have a lot of market analysis done. So they know how to push into the market, and they know how to get the traction for the customer from the customers, because whenever they are bringing this kind of landscape, like huge investment is made, and obviously there is a lot of research and development happens in the background. So and like once you do the certification, right, so you have that skill, and that skill will become a niche skill, right? And because it is a Microsoft, so it is they have the market share when it comes to the cloud vendor, like compared to AWS or Google. So they have their own market share, So you don't lose that skill at least for 4 to 5 years. If you are making this, if you are getting certified with this course, at least the next 4 to 5 years, we can guarantee that your skill will be utilized, or your skill will be relevant in the market, right? So that is why Microsoft is the brand, right? So we can kind of trust that, and we can just go for the certification without any second thought, right? So this is a short video about why we need to learn the Microsoft Fabric Data Engineering DP-700 course. So these are the points. If you feel these are the valid points, feel free to comment in the comment section if there is any suggestions or comments, right? And in the upcoming videos we will be bringing up the Microsoft Fabric detailed course, step by step, starting with the introduction, and what contents we will be covering, and how exactly we can crack the exam certification, and the tips and tricks. Including that, we will be explaining each and everything. So hope this was useful. Thanks for watching.